Hello everyone, this is Lisa Listen with LisaListen.com and the blog Are You My Cousin? It's Tuesday, so it's time for another Tuesday's genealogy tip. And today I want to ask you if you have any cabinet cards in your photo collection. Are you familiar with the term cabinet card? It's a specific type of photograph that our ancestors often had. And if you're fortunate, you inherited some, or some were passed down through the family, and you eventually could see images of your ancestors. I'm very fortunate. I have a number of cabinet cards that were passed down through our family that I have, and I want to show you what they are, and it can kind of give us a time period for what we're looking at. But this is a cabinet card, and I realize you cannot see the image perhaps quite as clear, and that's okay. It is quite faded, but it is a child sitting on a parent's knee, although you can't see the mother. She's off to the side. But this is one of the cabinet cards that I received, and one of the first things that says this is a cabinet card is simply its size. It measures about 6.5 by 4.5 inches, which is a very common size. They can range in sizes, but that is very common. It's also a fairly thick cardboard, so it's mounted on a fairly thick cardboard. I don't know if you can really see that, but it is thick. It feels like a good heavier than cardstock, but kind of like a well, cardboard type, heavy cardboard type feel to it. So that's tells me right there, okay, I have a cabinet card. Now, do I know who this child is? And do I know how old this photograph is? Well, no, I do not know who the child in this picture is. In fact, I'm hoping that I will eventually find out. I do know which family line it came from in my family because it came with a group of photographs from my great-grandmother Carr, or Haley Carr. But there's some clues here that can kind of give me a start. Could I place this person in my family tree? Okay, well, on this cabinet card, I do know that cabinet cards were popular or came into being between around 1860 and were popular all the way up through the early 1900s. Now, that said, they reached their peak popularity in about the 1880s, early 1890s. So that's when they were the most popular. This darker background color, and it's a dark, I don't know if you can tell, but it's dark, it's almost a really dark gray, and it's on the back as well. Okay, those are colors, those darker colors, it could be a dark brown, could be a black, dark burgundy. Those colors started coming into popularity in the 1880s, 1890s. That's when those were common. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's it. Now, notice the oval shape of the photograph. Okay, so that's a little different. That oval shape was actually very common for an 1870 photograph or 1870 cabinet card. So that seems a little different. It was a little not quite as congruent with the 1880s, but that would be my thought. So given the size of the card, given the dark color particularly of my card, I'm going to guess that this is probably sometime in the early to mid 1880s. And that's my best educated guess at this point. And I know we don't guess in genealogy, but that's a great starting place for myself. Okay, now I'm going to give you a little teaser. Okay, so I want you to go to your collection. I want you to pull out, do you have any of these cabinet cards still? How big are they? What are the colors? What colors are the cardboards? That kind of thing. But my teaser to continue on another time is what is on the back of this particular cabinet card. I don't know if you can see. It is this little diagram here. I know it's not clear for you. It is the photographer's emblem. So I actually know who the photographer is for this particular photograph. It's also actually written down here on the bottom. So I actually can research the photographer to find out where this cabinet card was taken. And since I know the time period, I can narrow things down even more. So there you have it, guys. That was actually a lot of information in Tuesday's genealogy tip. But go look at your photographs. Do you have a cabinet card? And can you kind of start to think about what time period they were made? Have a great day, guys.